looking at that anymore. You're telling me you have not been frustrated a single time during this?
I have.
Okay. Desert Bus is the same amount of length with 0 frustration.
Thus 0 of the fun.
Frustration
There's no trial,
doesn't
there's
equal
no
fun.
tribulation. There's 0 merit to it.
You don't care at all about the endurance of it?
No, not at all.
What about the endurance of this? Not the challenge endurance, before you talk about challenges again. There is a level of enduring the amount of time it takes to do this. All anything takes is time.
We're clearly not going to agree with each other, so I'm just going to leave it at that.
That's the thing I wanted you to say the least.
And it's the thing I've wanted to say the most.
Yeah, but I was supposed to be putting you in a corner. That's what I said I was gonna do. I was making up random arguments just so that we'd have something to talk about and I would take my mind off this room. So by discontinuing the argument, you're making my life worse.
We could talk about anything else that isn't that, or the names of sandwiches in the US.
Okay, when
we
you
can talk about any topics that aren't those two.
Okay, I got you. When are you gonna play Terraria with us?
Probably never.
I just don't get why you hate all fun. And why your only argument is, I don't want to learn a new game, as if there's anything to learn. You don't have to learn how to play Minecraft to play Minecraft, you just open it and start punching shit and placing blocks. That's Terraria, bro.
We're clearly not going to agree on this, so I'm just going to leave it on that.
You say...
Pick another topic.
No, we're continuing to talk about this, because I have another thing to bring up.
You might be.
You think there's anything to learn. Well, maybe there is, but you're forgetting the part where you don't have to learn it. I've been playing Terraria for fucking like maybe 8 years total? I don't know when I first played it. I'm still a fucking wiki hog. Anytime I do a playthrough and I don't know something, consult the wiki because there's no memorizing every crafting recipe, every like game mechanic. Nah, bro, you just look it up and get your answer and you continue. Simple.
Yeah, that sounds like something I want to do. Look at the wiki every 10 seconds because I know nothing
I
about
didn't
the
say
game.
10 seconds, dumbass. There is an in-game method of figuring out crafting recipes. I just meant in instances where I want to make something in the future.
Next topic.
I just don't understand why you hate fun. And your friends.
Because my friends don't understand that I have a different definition of fun.
Your definition of fun is just anything with my friends as long as I'm in control of what we're doing, because I hate them and their interests. And they must enjoy what I enjoy or else we cannot hang out. That's your definition of fun.
Sure, let's roll with that.
Huh? You say what's wrong with that? That?
I said, let's roll with that.
What is your definition of fun then? Go ahead and define
No,
it.
we're rolling with yours.
No, we're not. We're rolling with whatever yours actually is. Because that's the only way we can make progress.
I don't think we need to make progress.
You just want to argue forever
Not
about
necessarily
what
that
you
either.
find fun. I'm just asking what you find fun so that we can not have to talk about it again.
Well, clearly I don't want to answer it.
Why do you not want to answer it? I thought you were just choosing not to be... I didn't even see what 1990 said, by the way. I'll look at the VOD.
Wait, you're here already? God damn.
What do you mean
I forgot
already?
the last room was literally empty.
Yeah. I'm glad these are worlds. Mercy lacking! That's what it's like. Why do you not want to answer the... Why do you not want to define what fun is to you so that we can partake in things you find fun? That just seems counterintuitive. You won't do anything that we find fun because you don't find it fun, but you also won't tell us what you find fun, so why do we even choose to hang out with you?
You don't have to.
It sounds like you, at this point, like you don't want us to, and you're trying to push us away. And make it seem like it was our decision to leave you behind. That's what it sounds like. I don't know if you think we're in a bit circle right now. I'm trying to have a conversation, because you wanted to have a conversation. I guess we just silence it out till the end of this fucking level.
Like, I also want to have a conversation. You're just choosing the worst topics that I don't want to talk about.
What do you mean? I'm trying to ask a question that would, like, better our friendship. What do you find fun is not at all, like, a bad question. I'm not asking you for your fucking zip code. I don't even know what a zip code is, but I wouldn't ask for it.
It's 32765.
What's a zip code?
It kinda like divides regions a bit more. Like, you know how there's like cities and stuff?
Yeah.
You know how you go from states to cities or counties? Zip code is like another subdivision, kinda.
Hmm. So you just doxed yourself live on stream?
Yeah.
That's cool. So, at least answer me this. Why don't you want to answer what you find fun? What you consider
Because
fun?
in answering that, I would have to explain, like, one of the biggest conspiracies in the world.
One of the biggest conspiracies in what way?
You know how I'm usually a bit more on the reserve side, like I don't share a lot and stuff?
Yeah.
There's a reason to that.
Okay. And that's the conspiracy?
Well, no, the conspiracy isn't the fact that I'm hiding stuff, it's why I'm doing that.
Why does that matter with that kind of question, though?
If I explain it, I would have to explain why it matters.
All I'm asking you is, what do you find fun?
All I'm asking you is to stop asking.
Listen, the only answer I was expecting was, like, maybe some genres of games with examples or something? I don't know. What, like, kind of party games / like, games with friends are the only ones that you take interest in? You don't have to explain your psychology to me. I don't know what you thought I was expecting of you.
I just realized this room is the room in like the thumbnail of a video you sent when you were saying, yeah, I'm never doing this. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, I knew this room looked familiar. I'm pretty sure this is that room.
Honestly, I'm just thinking about how the shapes in the middle look like cards.
I can see that. Yeah, I see that.
I've sort of been thinking about this whole fucking time. I'm like, yeah, I'm card
It's a
1
sign
and
that we
card
have
2.
to go to the casino.
Yeah.
I wish I could make it to the third card ever again.
I don't remember a time I've been to the third card. It might have happened. So what do you find fun?
Games that are like games.
Terraria is a game that's a game. What we're doing right now is going perfectly with the song. Let's just do this for a bit, for the clip.
Wesley's gonna catch up any second now if we keep doing this.
That's okay.
Hot on our trail.
I'm listening to Boss Fight Milky Ways.
Remind me how that one goes?
That one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
I was alive.
And then you won. That's how that works.
It's like a magic trick. Now you see me, now you don't.
Concha.
Did you know I used to be a magician?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's guy. I'm glad we started doing that at the exact same time. I feel like Phoenix, right?
How so?
I can't answer that, right? I have to answer one of the biggest conspiracy theories. Did you call it conspiracy theory just because we talk about the fact that you're reserved? Sometimes?
I just called it that because I thought it would be funny.
He's naked? That's not even what that means. just looked over and I'm listening to a song called Commando.
That reminds me of this Funky Bun comic.
Funky Bun is a good artist. One of my favorites, actually. Let's see, we have common interests. Won't say what he finds fun, will say that reminds me of a Funky Bun comic. Fair enough. I think, I don't really know.
I swear this room has changed size like 3 times.
No, I don't know what the average size of a playing deck card is. I tasted it. I tasted card 3, dude. And I mean, I technically got about as far into card 3 as I could be without escaping it. I just stayed in it. I don't know why these jumps with the short spike on top are significantly harder feeling than the others. Speaking of mercy lacking, have you seen Diva Farts on YouTube?
I don't recall. I feel like if for some reason I ever have, you were directly involved.
I can see that as being true. I could see you being responsible for that. Wow, 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 wow.
I'm glad we at least get to be stuck together. We get to
Ew.
watch each other suffer for free.
Ew! You know a good way to be stuck together? You and your homie, lay down and drop, and then when you both, and then you press your bellies together and you, like, stick it together like glue. It's either that or you dock until that happens, and then you stay together like one of those Chinese finger traps. I think those are Chinese. They are known, those people for entrapping people, I think.
It's one of their hobbies.
Especially fingers.
Glad to know this stream is officially banned from China.
Yeah. Okay, I've got a connection for you, but you have to say what you think the category is. finger, wheel, pretzel, heart,
What was the fourth one?
heart.
Kid named.
No.
Honestly, that wouldn't be.
Bad connection, yeah. I was just thinking about what the war would be, and I got finger, I got pain.
And pain.
Yeah. But no, it was shapes of chocolate snacks. Possible shapes of chocolate sweet treats.
Couldn't literally any shape be a possible shape?
Yeah, but those are like the common ones I could think of based on what I grew up with. Chocolate pretzels are kind of crazy, and if they have like peanut butter attached to them too, slurp it up real good. One, two, oatmeal. Kirby is a pink eye. Do you think if you pause after you die, your death effect sustains for the other person?
I hope that's the case. Also, the attempt that I made you invisible, I made it further than I ever had in my life.
Is that when you were invisible for me and your name wasn't moving from where it was?
Unless you made me invisible, that shouldn't have happened.
Well, it was after you
At
died.
least that shouldn't have been the cause.
It's after
Unless
you
I
died.
paused, like, before I respawned.
Potentially. Your Bluetooth device has been connected successfully. Ew. Yeah, in my brain, I'm like not thinking of these gaps as small as they actually are. I'm just now thinking about how these gaps would look if like zoomed out, and it makes it way more intimidating to think of it like that. Also, I don't know what you did, but your name above your head is like way bigger than it has ever been appearing as before. We didn't even do sub 8 hours, I only just realized. Oh, I also just realized my stream reset. That's great! Now I won't be able to upload it to YouTube as one big thing unless I download them, piece them together, then export that and upload that, which is great.
What exactly did you do to your stream?
Nothing, it just must have reset at a certain point 24.5 minutes ago.
Because I remember it buffering or whatever, and I thought you like had gone offline when you said "fuck it, I'm Alt F4ing" or whatever. So I thought you like actually Alt F4'd.
Maybe the stream hit the 8-hour mark and maybe there's a limit on that? There isn't. I've seen it go higher. Maybe if there's a limit on that if you're not affiliate or partner or something. I doubt it. That would be dumb. There's no reason to make that thing. Probably just get out of existence for fun. People in my house are gonna be like waking up soon to like start their day. Isn't that crazy?
Imagine having people in your house.
I feel like because I've been doing something for 8 hours that's required cognitive thought, I'm not gonna be tired after it, and I'm gonna have the energy to like do stuff, like other things, without being required to go to sleep. It's crazy to me because before the school even started, I was sitting here at one point like, I don't know, man, I'm so tired. I'm like falling asleep in my chair. And then this began.
Am I ever gonna see another room again?
And to begin with, I was stupidly tired doing this. But once we were a few hours in, the energy started like coming back because my body was like, we're gonna need it. We're gonna need to be like awake for this.
What if there was like a secret way? Like, what if one of the blocks on like the row of things is just hollow and you can just walk straight through it?
Yeah. The next room is no better.
You're in the next room.
Yeah. Any lurkies? Oh, did you
Are
just
you doing this?
what? You just turned
You were just
invisible.
floating midair.
You were just invisible for me.
You were just floating in midair for half an hour.
I think Load is pooping on us. Fun. When you beat this room, make sure to, before you grab the next checkpoint, hit R on your keyboard really quickly. The R stands for reap the rewards, and what it will do is it'll actually give you some more stats on your account. But you have to do it once you finish this map, this room, because it's tied to the room and completing it. Right, it's kind of cool like that, actually.
These 4 jumps could be a top 1 challenge.
Sure. Except, like, Nepesta got to this room and did it in, like, 10 attempts. Probably. He does nothing but play robot jump levels like this all day. When he plays this game. He kind of fell off in that way. He used to be like this guy that beat hard things, and now he just plays robot levels. And even if he beats those, it's like, okay, he beat another level of the same jumps, but there were maybe slightly more of them. I'm really begging to be the first person between us to beat this. Wait up.
You were saying
I knew some shit like I knew some shit like that was gonna happen when I said it. I almost didn't want to say it because I knew I was gonna jinx myself in some capacity.
And you did.
Maybe I should have recorded alongside or instead of streaming. I'm not looking forward to having to get these streams as separate things. Piece them back together. I prefer not to upload them as two separate things. I feel like, just to say what we're all thinking, I feel like I've not improved at these kinds of jumps in this entire portion of playing this room. Not even in the slightest do I feel like this is teaching me anything about how to platform. Nor do I understand why these ones with the shorter one on the bottom are easier than the others.
I found those to be the harder ones.
I don't want to hear that.
At least in this context. Like if you're just running up and it's just the one jump, then yeah, they're easy, but
I just don't understand how I'm dying sometimes. And it feels like I'm trying to do the jumps the exact same way I've been doing them for the past fucking like 8 hours.
that's because your position in between the spikes isn't always going to be the exact same, so you'll be closer to one of the side hitboxes.
That doesn't matter. It can't matter because no matter where I am in between the spikes, it always feels like if I do one nudge to the left or right, that happens and I just die. The tiniest nudge in either direction, I'm dead, so I just prefer to play it where it lands. Play it where it lies. Well, I actually do know how deep into the big spikes I can get by looking at the feet. I have a visual end with my feet. You could never. Your feet are one big blob of bomb right there.
Well, I use my eye as my...
Your eye moves though. A lot.
That doesn't matter.
So you backed up as far as I could go, and I just am dead. The second I try to do anything. It's getting to that point, dude. I will be giving up soon. It's at that point where the fact it's been 8 hours doesn't even exist in my head anymore. Now it's just a matter of, do I want to spend the next 3 hours on this room? Didn't even
Now, if it makes you
fucking
feel
hit the
any
jump
better,
button that time.
this room is 98.418972% of the level completed. So you have barely more than a percent left. You can do it. You've come so far.
Okay, but think about the small percentage of the level that this room in itself makes up. And now think about if every room from here on out, that taking up that same amount of percentage is the same difficulty. You know how much of a percentage of the level that is?
You know it won't be that way.
Do I? I feel like we don't know anything.
It couldn't be.
Cool. I love instant death upon movement. I love being able to tell where I died also. And to what. I can see myself, like, just breaking out into tears if I don't pass this within the next 20 minutes. I'm already there. I already feel like crying.
Geometry dash.
That doesn't help me.
I'm sorry.
Fuck you! The tiniest of fucking taps and I'm dead! I had so much room to be closer to that spike. And you decided of all the different pixel alignments between where I was and where the spike was, that me tapping left had to put me in the spike. As if there weren't so many other places for me to land. I'm no fucking better at these jumps. If it wasn't 6 AM, so many things would be getting smashed right now. I'd be dusting off my old keyboard by now. Just so that it could look nice and neat and pristine before I smash it to bits. May as well destroy that one instead of the new one. Just remember a time when you were happy.
I'd rather not.
Do it for me. What I don't fucking understand is how you overshoot the jump after 200,000 attempts of undershooting it. You can just pull an overshoot out of your ass. Whatever I'm doing to pass this first one of these jumps, I'm not doing it ever to try passing the second. Every one of these 4 jumps should be 2 different types of jumps, repeated twice each. For me, it's 4 different jumps. Because there is no way I can have the fucking ability in myself to follow any kind of formula. Why does my robot feel heavier? I've been doing this for an hour. Why do I feel heavier? It just feels like as soon as I'm done jumping, he falls and he's just falling forever. I could not be more pissed off right now. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Do you think Wesley was ever actually progressing as fast as he said he was?
Probably not.
In 10 minutes, he'd beaten the game. Like, all of it. All of the levels. In all of the game. And then he started on this one. This NPC has been standing over there for 20 minutes waiting to talk to me. I need to get over there. For a second I thought you reset yourself. I was like, oh my god. Do you even see this room anymore?
No.
Have you not been able to see it the whole time?
No.
I thought you were watching when I died to the last spike and visibly walked off to the bright. Right.
I've been somewhat keeping an eye on stream, but that's about it.
It's gotten to the point where you've
I
even
need,
given
like,
up on me. Dang. Maybe I do quit. You're just gonna get to the end of the level without me. And I'm gonna feel like a dickhead.
I feel like that's incorrect.
What do you mean? You definitely reached there before me if you start going. You'll get there before I even finish this room. My hope is that this room was used as the thumbnail for that one video, because it's the fucking dick fuck of the whole level. And that there is nothing but easy, rooms to follow. Fuck off! What do I... Every time I get out of the second card into the third card, it's always an overshoot death. Don't even think about it.
About?
No, if I tell you, then I'll think about it, which is what I'm trying telling myself not to do.
I thought you were talking to me.
No. Oh my fucking god. I got an attempt at the last jump and died to it. An actual attempt. Where I was there, alive, and I could try to jump over the spike and dodge it. Can I also just say, I was never on board with playing this. I know what I said was, depending on when we start, I'd be down for that. What I meant was, I'll start playing it with you, expecting from myself that I'll probably quit before we even reach the first 1,000. There's no way I reach 2,000. Just won't happen. And then I'll watch you play the rest of it. But then this happened, and I'm this far in. If my game crashed or anything else happened that put me in a position where I was forcibly forced to stop playing the level, I don't even think I have the energy or patience to ever cheat my way back to where I was and finish the run. And there's no way I'd obviously do it normally either, ever again. Can you launch a drone strike on my Geometry Dash game real quick?
I'm not sure how.
I'm sure you can figure it out. You're one of those smart people who figures things out, how to do them. Pipe and or door how to reset. That felt like such a good one. But then, Pixel, 500 pixels away from his ass, touched the spike. I like how it's called the robot game mode, but of all of the variations of it, all the different icons for it, maybe 2, potentially 3 of them total look like robots. We don't talk about the fact they all still have rocket thrusters and are still one chassis with 2 legs. That's not important. Overtime is
Never has
playing.
been.
The song I referenced earlier when there was an overtime level named Overtime. Room named Overtime. I'm at the point where I don't even think a banger song coming on could empower me. I don't want to put that stress of beat it before the song is over on me. Except I'm letting it get to me because now I'm playing more rushed than I usually would.
How come you don't use Pro Hitbox on Death?
Huh?
Does that also like freeze your game?
I don't know. I don't want to try it. I also don't want to pull up this menu. Just hit me with it. How many rooms ahead of me are you?
I'm at 96 still.
Still.
As in I haven't been playing. But the rooms ahead are nowhere near as bad as this one. I can at least confirm that much.
Mm-hmm. You'd say that just to keep me going.
I'd also say that
work it.
because it's
Work
how I
it.
felt about them.
Working in overtime. A feeling that I know so well. Oh, I wish I wasn't on this song. Cause my vocals,
I'm
yeah, they're
hoping
kind
that
of ass.
it actually just ends at 2000 and everything after that is like credits or whatever.
You don't know?
I'm hoping that's the case.
Well, I mean, you didn't know what room it actually ends on. I thought you did just know that, have that info.
All I know is that there is 2024 of them.
Well, 2024 of them, that's not going to be credits. 24 pages of credits when one guy made it. Even with the
Like,
presumed
it could be like a recap of his
Twitter.
life story leading up to it.
Yeah, and about the writer section. If I don't get another attempt at the last jump before my in-game timer reaches 8 hours 45 minutes, I do quit. Enough has to be enough. When it's enough. At some point, it's like I just can't continue to experience the same fucking death over and over fucking again. We agree one of us being this level means we both beat it. Can you just go fucking beat it and then I don't have to exist over here? I don't want to play this anymore. I've been on this fucking set of 4 jumps for an hour. I don't want to play anymore.
And if you really don't, I'm not gonna force you to stay. I would be disappointed, but
I'm looking over to the side, watching you go up and down, having the time of your life in a different level. And I'm just unable to do that. Ever again. It is now 8:45 on my in-game timer. I will continue to play. I can't promise anything. I'm just so fucking out of it. We're 4.5 minutes away from the crying stream. That will have marked the point where I said, in 20 minutes, I'll cry. Actually, no, that was 5 minutes ago, never mind. Sorry, I'm late to the crying stream, I'll do it next stream. When I mourn this stream. And all it has been to me. These 4 fucking jumps, man. It's torture! It's like, oh, you made it to that one jump that you haven't seen in like 10 years, 2-3 times in a row. There's 80 deaths to the first jump. Enjoy that false hope, fuckhead. Fuck you. You thought you had something going? No? No? You thought you were getting somewhere? No? No? It's like that. You don't get to go anywhere, ever. It's crazy that I was like, yeah, if I don't get another attempt at the last jump in the next like 7 minutes, I think it was, I quit. Not really fully seriously, because, you know, there was a crazy time commitment before this room to begin with. But also, that was 14 minutes ago. I said that, and I still have not. No amount of taking it slow, taking it fast, lining things up. It's just throw my cock into this spiky fucking anal cavity of a corridor of jumps. And something might happen eventually. I love how many times I've had that same exact death. Pixel perfectly, the same exact death of getting to that third jump and then doing a few practice jumps to get the right height down, and then I start my actual attempt, my actual jump, but I start holding B like halfway up towards where I'm meant to be before I start doing that, and it's like, yep, that exact same thing has happened every fucking time by the same fucking amount of time. Getting to the point when my hands are fucking shaking a little bit. I jump 3. That shouldn't need to happen. Yeah, sub 730 was ever possible at this rate. That person came in around 650, said, whoa, 9 hours, that's crazy. I was thinking to myself, yeah, we ain't gonna be here for 9 hours. Uh, This wouldn't be nearly as hard the other way around. I'm of that opinion. I think if one of the small spike jumps was first, I maybe clear this like 45 minutes ago. Started with an easy jump. The whole challenge becomes free. I'm still of that opinion that when I do pass this, before I grab the checkpoint, I will complete it backwards and recomplete it forwards again. Yeah, that's how we're gonna have. Fuck my entire dick and cock into tiny, shriveled up fucking dick-sized pieces. You ever try to push your dick into someone's rim, but you just keep hitting different parts of it, and not quite getting in? That's what this fucking feels like. No matter how many times I throw my fat cock at this wide-ass gaping hole between these spikes, can't get it the fuck in. Because the hitbox of my dick is bigger than it looks, and the hole is made of spikes, so it's just not a really safe environment for anyone involved. Mainly me. I genuinely don't think a single thing could bring my mood up right now. Not even completing the room, I will just feel empty until I beat the level and I can do something different. I'm gonna go look at a video of someone completing this room, not because I need some form of strategy to take notes from, but I need to see what that fucking looks like. I don't like that Nepesta's VOD of him beating it is under 3 hours. And he's not even playing it in most of the stream. Bro, fuck you. It took this guy like 2 hours. It takes him less than a minute on this fucking room. Are you kidding me? And he looks like Ben at the beginning. How Ben looks into his camera.
Wait, does he?
Yeah. How Ben sits there, just look at his camera.
Thank you fucking hell, bro. I hate those jumps, bro. Like, I can play them a million times, I'll never do it. This looks fun. Bum, 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 bum. If I do small jumps in full send, I'm gonna have to work on those because I don't have like the moves for that one. IMO. Can I jump just a little bit higher, please, or what? Dude, how am I still in this room? Please. 1997. That's the year Super Mario Galaxy came out. And Jetpack Trials. Dude, why? Dude, I'm so serious. Walk away from the thing before doing it. A little bit. It's true, yeah. Okay.
Less than 30 attempts, and he said many things I wish he didn't say during that. Including, but not limited to, how am I still in this room like 30 seconds into attempts? Yeah, don't do that. Unless you're really delicate, I guess. I'm still in this room by 10 hours, which is in 45 minutes. That's a very easy, or sorry, 55 minutes. That's a very easy hard cap for me. If I'm still here by then, I quit. Oh, am I overshooting it? Every fucking time. It's like I make it past the first spike, it's like, fuck you, there's another one, and you're destined to hit it every fucking time. As if that makes any sense. How can I be so consistent at doing everything wrong?
Do you think it might have something to do with how you do the first jump?
And
Since you're starting from much further right compared to where you would be from the third jump, are you used to just holding for that tall spike a bit longer left or something like that?
I don't know. How am I still on this room? Nepesta, having died 15 times total. Over a course of 20 seconds. Also having reached this room in his run. 2 hours in. If that, because the start of the stream is obviously the start of the stream. It's just 2 hours into the stream, not even into the run. You undershoot it, or you overshoot it, you don't get anything in between. Not in 20 minutes. Not in 30 minutes, not in 40 minutes do I think I've gotten a fucking attempt at that last jump. And every attempt I have has ended in misery. Like, not even getting 3 pixels off the ground and I'm already dead to that tiny ass spike. Levels of misery.
Oh my fucking god.
Well,
I almost just died. I leaned in my chair a bit too far back, like I was like tilting it back. And had I not moved my nightstand to have it as a table for food, I wouldn't have anything to hold on to and I would have fallen.
with the bread. Yeah, we're busting out the big guns now. Every single attempt of this unironically multiplies my frustrations by like 10. It's getting difficult to want to even press my keys anymore, because the moment I do, I'll just be met with failure again, and I just don't really want to feel that anymore. I either push through the failure until I feel success, or I cut my losses and just stop. So I stop feeling failure, but grow to become okay with never having felt the success, because at the end of the day, failure fucking makes me want to kill myself. I'm thinking about how I could totally, like, turn my PC off, walk away, not care, go put my shoes on, wander down like a 10-15 minute walk down to the train station, wait for the first fucking one to come, and drop myself in front of it, just like I've been dropping this dumb dickhead into spikes for like an hour and a half. I kind of feel sick. Like, words can't explain enough how I feel like in the state I'm in, mentally and physically, this won't happen. It's just not gonna happen. Hmm. Okay. I think I learned what I needed to from that. Okay, but this mod has to go off if it freezes my game every time I die. Alright. But now your run won't be found on the Platformer Demon Nest. Oh no! It cares so much. Hmm. I don't think I have a single unique death anymore. I think every way that I've died in this part has happened pixel perfectly the same way more than once. Every death here has had a duplicate. There's no way it hasn't with how many fucking times I've thrown myself at this. I almost feel worse knowing what I'm dying to. But at this point, this is the only way I can get through this is by actually figuring out what the fuck to do. This level is no longer funny anymore. It used to be when I thought mercy lacking meant something different, for what I now realize it means. I didn't realize it meant no mercy. I thought it meant like the Overwatch character was sexually starved. And that had humor value to it. I can't think of a better term to describe what lacking is supposed to mean aside from sexually starved. I don't think that's really accurate at all. Sexually deviated, potentially. You have a better way of describing that?
Sexually variated.
Mm-hmm. Sexual landscape. Sexulon.
I wish I knew what
Abyss of
ever I just
sex.
said meant.
Abyss of sexness. Fire sex.
Sex corridor.
You're too attached to Bazinga corridor, dude. You need to chill out. How to sex.
Not even called that anymore.
How to sex, though.
Is it?
How to sex.
I think Wikipedia has something on that. If I said Wikipedia, I meant WikiHow. Just wanted to clear that up.
You motherfucker! I started holding A like a pixel higher. I was considering moving back, but I didn't know where I was relative to the other hitbox, and I didn't want to risk it.
Do you want me to read out loud the the WikiHow entry for how to sex?
Not particularly, but I feel like I need some form of distraction more than the music.
WikiHow. How to sex.
Can you read the pictures as well that they show?
I'll do my best to provide the. Yeah, alright, so I'll let you pick from the first 5 articles. How to have a healthy sex life, parentheses, teens. How to make sex better. How to make sex last longer. 18 tips to have a better sex life. And how to have sex during your period.
I want the last one.
Alright.
I need to know how to have sex during my period.
This is co-authored by Rebecca Levy-Gant. Sex during your period can deliver amazing sensations, parentheses, even more amazing than the normal ones, believe it or not, close parentheses. If you can get past the cultural taboos, it opens up a week that's otherwise limited to tubs of ice cream and stomach crampings. If you and your partner are intimidated by the icky factor that hangs up a lot of people, follow these tips to have sex during your period and enjoy the pleasure while minimizing the mess. Part 1. Mastering the mess-free deed. And it's an image of a woman on the left handing clothes to someone on the right. I think they're clothes, it might be towels. Worthy of note, both of these people look like they're in the middle of their teen years, if even that. That boy, I would believe you if you told me he was 8 years old. Number 1, get some towels. Okay, it was towels. You don't want your menstrual fluid, parentheses, combined with everything else, close parentheses, to soak into your sheets and mattress, so while you're having sex, place some towels beneath you and some tissues to your side. The towels will be on constant duty. The tissues will be used to wipe yourself off just before sitting up, parentheses, when all is said and done. And here is the first of many notes, which I will get to at the end. If odor is a problem, don't let that ruin the moment. Throw on some blankets. If you keep them above your midsections, they'll help block the wafting scents. And below that is an image of a woman lying down in red underwear. Number 2, stick to the missionary position. Lie on your back to lessen the flow of blood while you're having intercourse. If your partner has a penis, be careful about deep penetration because your cervix may be lowered and more sensitive during your period. If anything starts to hurt, just tell your partner and proceed with care. If you're using a sex toy, you can still lie on your back. Number 3, have sex in the shower. Above is pictured a man and a woman in the shower. The image cropped from like shoulders up to not reveal anything too scandalous. Not only is this less messy from the get-go, it's a change of pace too. When you're under the flow of the water, the other flow becomes a lot less noticeable. If you can fit two in comfortably, give it a shot.
If you can
Parentheses,
fit
if you
two
haven't already.
cum.
Number 4, use only clean and safe sex toys. And above is pictured one of those like vibrators that look like a microphone. You can have an orgasm or have your partner use a sex toy when you're doing your period, but there are a few things you should keep in mind.
Sorry, I was
Did someone turn on a microwave in your room?
I was voicing the image.
Oh, thanks. If you're using a tampon, take it out before inserting a toy into your vagina. Otherwise, the tampon and its string may become lodged too deeply in your vagina for you to remove it on your own. If you're going to be penetrated, wear a tampon and remove it right before the penetration, but never wear a menstrual cup or tampon during intercourse. If the string breaks off, don't panic. You do not have endless space inside where it can get lost. Get plenty of lubricants like KY jelly or any other lube you use to have sex. Then put a lot of lubricant on your fingertips. You can wear gloves if you prefer. Put the lubricant around the tampon and try to slide it out. Be selective with your sex toys. Deeper penetration toys may cause pain in your cervix. Vibrators and wands can provide clitoral stimulation without the need for penetration. Some toys provide both, such as rabbit vibrators. Use whatever sex toys you want, but make sure they're clean and safe. Clean your sex toys. You'll want to clean your sex toys before and after you use them. To clean your electric toys, use a damp, soapy washcloth, preferably with antibacterial soap. Toys should be kept in a container or pouch to keep them clean and in a cool, dry location. If you're using glass toys, make sure to clean them with soap and water. Use safe materials. Silicone, metal, and glass are the top 3 materials you should use for sex toys. These are not only easy to clean, but they're also easy to sterilize. Porous materials such as PVC/vinyl, rubber, ABS plastic, and jelly should be avoided. Only buy sex toys from stores that specialize in them. Number 5. Don't get too handsy. And above is an image of a hand. To the right of it, there's a green check mark, a slash, and a red X. Unless your partner's into uterine lining, they probably shouldn't start feeling around down there. However, if you're the type that needs loads of foreplay, you're in luck. You already have a natural lubricant, so your partner's fingers, and whatever else, can have the night off. That doesn't mean you should skip the foreplay entirely. No, that's just a travesty. Just use it as an excuse to experiment with new tricks and moves. Number 6. Stick to your lighter days. Above, an image of 2 women, one wearing green on the left, looking happy with both thumbs up. To the right, one in a more reddish, purplish dress, looking dismayed, holding her hands over her crotch as if in pain.
Chat, look up Color Fury, then come back to me.
This just makes sense. If you know that days 3 and 5 are lighter than days 1 and 2, just keep your underwear on for those 48 hours. Let the anticipation build and avoid any awkward trips to the laundromat. If it doesn't bother your partner and they're totally down for day 1 sex, evaluate your concerns. Maybe it's something you could get over after all. It's no less sanitary than what you've been doing. Just a little bit redder, and might be a little uncomfortable. Number 7. Take a shower after. Above, an image of a woman in a shower, cropped from chest up. There will probably be at least a little something on your skin that needs to be washed off. If you didn't do the deed in the shower, hop in after for at least a quick rinse. You'll feel better too. If you're using toys during this time, sanitize them immediately. Putting it off will result in a less than glamorous experience. All in all, get everything hygienic as quickly as possible. Part 2. Staying clean and healthy. An image of 4 types of contraceptives, one being a diaphragm, one being a sponge, one being a male condom, and another being a female condom. Use contraception. When you're on your period, you're at a higher risk of STDs and pelvic infections. What's more, you're less likely to get pregnant, sure, but it's not impossible. So if you thought this was your ticket to ride, sorry. You still gotta stay safe. Here are some of your options. Diaphragms do double duty as birth control devices and as
Do
menstrual
double
cups to inhibit
duty?
flow.
Did I just hear dude double
Yeah.
duty?
Yeah, diaphragms do double duty as birth control devices and as menstrual cups.
Hmm.
Sometimes diaphragms can be felt during sex, and removal can be messy. However, they are generally easy to use because your gynecologist will provide a diaphragm fit exactly to your cervical measurements. Contraceptive
That's good.
sponges are foam devices soaked in spermicide that are inserted into your vagina during sex. They can prevent pregnancy and have the side benefit of absorbing flow, although they don't prevent STDs. Male condoms will help prevent pregnancy, block STDs, and keep blood from getting on your partner's penis. Female condoms, which will also keep your partner from coming into contact with blood while enabling more heat and sensation, are also a good form of birth control, although they will provide slightly less protection than male condoms. You can improve the effectiveness of a female condom by putting some spermicide on the closed end before you insert it into your vagina. I have to keep reading this.
Please, I unironically, it's helping me. I've gotten at least 3 separate attempts at the last jump that came pretty close. It's helping.
Alright. Image of 2 menstrual cups, one being softer, one being not as pleasant.
Mm-hmm.
Wear a cup that will stop the menstrual flow from leaving your vagina. Wear a menstrual cup for sexual play that doesn't involve intercourse. Wear a soft cup for penetrative intercourse. Avoid wearing regular menstrual cups during penetration. They are not designed to be used that way and will probably leak. However, if you just want to fool around, menstrual cups prevent leaking and allow for mess-free play, including oral sex. Skip cups made of rubber because the rubbery smell and the taste of rubber in your vaginal fluid may be unpleasant for your partner. Use a silicone cup instead. Instead, soft cups are specifically designed to be used during intercourse. They are shaped like a diaphragm, are very flexible, and available at most drugstores. Keep in mind that while you can have intercourse with a soft cup, it doesn't work as a contraceptive. Image of a single sperm cell, and below it, a chart counting days, up to 5 days, with days 2, 3, and most of 4 highlighted in green. Know that sperms can stay alive for up to 72 hours. If you have a vagina and your partner has a penis and ejaculates inside you, that's 3 days those little guys have to swim around doing whatever they dang well please. So if you do take the risk of having unprotected sex and your partner ejaculating into you, that's what'll be going on inside you. If your period is over tomorrow, the risk of getting pregnant is minimal. It's still there.
That's only 2 days inside
Part
a
3.
pussy or in general?
Hmm?
Inside a pussy, right? Is it only 2 years, hours?
2 years, yeah.
Is it only 2 years inside a pussy, or is it just in general?
Unsure. That is outside of my area of expertise.
Looks like we know what wiki how we're going to next.
Part 3. Convincing your partner. 1. Talk it over beforehand. Not everyone enjoys period sex. It's best not to initiate sex during your period and deliver an awkward surprise to your partner and a potentially frustrating response to you. Instead, talk it over and find out what your partner thinks about the situation before you get started. They probably have an opinion. Some religions and cultures consider the act of having intercourse during your period to be wrong. While no scientific principles support this restriction, you'll have to respect your partner's feelings on the matter. Pictured is a woman jumping with joy, wearing a pink hoodie and gray to white sweatpants. To the left of her, or to her right, text that says shorter period, and to her left, text that says less cramps. 2. Reap the benefits. Sex on your period actually makes a lot of sense, if you look at it from the right angle. A lot of people with periods can actually be more sexually aroused during this time, so the sex can be even better. But what's more, it's good for your period. Having sex on your period actually makes it shorter. The muscle contractions of the orgasm actually drive out everything faster, as opposed to making it magically disappear. Your period may be a bit heavier, but it'll shrink in duration. Your cramps will be lessened. An orgasm is our body's version of a natural painkiller. It's a rush that wipes away all those aches and floods our feel-good receptors in our brain. If you're out of Midol, take it to the sheets.
That's not true, bro. I'm always in pain when I continue.
Stop using cheese graters.
Ugh, I don't want to think about that. Why would you say such a thing?
Pictured is a woman facing the camera, I guess. I know it's a drawing, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Giving 2 thumbs up stretched out towards the viewer. 3. Be confident. Your period and your vagina are in no way dirty or gross. Having sex while menstruating isn't weird, uncommon, unhygienic, or unsafe. It's all in your head, so quit psyching yourself out. If both of you enjoy it, and for some reason enjoy it is written in green, parentheses, and you inevitably will, close parentheses, why the fuss? You may feel awkward when you first start, but your mind will be taken off the matter in minutes, maybe even
Why hide the
seconds.
fact that you're an angel just like us?
I want to see what enjoy it links to.
It links to something? It just links to a video of 2
Yeah.
people having sex on a period?
It links to another WikiHow article, How to Enjoy Sex in a Long-Term Relationship.
Why? It didn't need to.
Alright. Pictured, a man and a woman, both seem to be roughly of the age of 11, canoodling, with a thought bubble above both of them, with many red hearts. 4. Be inventive. Sex is generally thought of as penetration, but there are many other forms of sexual play that can bring pleasure to both partners, even if you or your partner do not wish to have vaginal intercourse during your period. Take this opportunity to discuss and brainstorm new ideas. End of article.
At least it distracted me. I'm at that drought stage again where I'm not really making progress.
Give me another article topic to search.
Hmm. How to eat food.
Alright. First of 5 articles, once again you pick. How to stop eating fast food. How to eat more food. How to train yourself to eat and enjoy spicy food. How to eat foods without preservatives. And how to eat Ethiopian food.
Pick the last one again.
For context, for those in chat, Ethiopia is a country in Africa. They have food.
Yeah, those in chat. AKA me.
Okay, that's kind of fucked up.
What?
I opened the article, and instead of seeing food, the very first thing I see is just a giant bowl full of nothing but water.
That's awesome. I love that.
Okay. Part 1. Using proper etiquette. Pictured is a white bowl full of water with a hand being dipped into the water, palm facing up.
What color is that?
Number 1. White.
Okay.
Number 1. Wash your hands before and after the meal. Since Ethiopian cuisine is a hands-on affair, clean hands are a must. Many Ethiopian hosts will bring you a pan and a pitcher of warm water. You put your hands in the pan and wait for the host to pour water over them. If you're at home or in a public venue such as a restaurant, washing your hands with soap and water at the sink may also be acceptable. Number 2. Use your right hand to handle food. Above pictured is a right hand. That's it, it's just a right hand.
What else do you
In a
need?
very awkward pose.
What did you need them
Left
to show
hands.
the left hand with it for reference?
No. Use your right hand to handle food. Left hands are considered unclean in Ethiopia, so never use yours while eating. Keep your left hand off of the table. You can use your right hand for everything else. Eating Ethiopian food is rather simple, since all you need is a piece of injera, which is a type of bread, or a utensil. You won't find much of a need to use both hands. This is one of the most important rules to remember. Eating with your left hand is very rude, so don't even consider doing it. Eating directly with your right hand is also acceptable, although using injera is cleaner and easier. Remember that everyone in Ethiopia eats this way. You may find it a little difficult at first, but you get the hang of it if you don't give up. Pictured is a plate of food and a right hand hovering over it, holding a piece of what I assume is that injera bread. Number 3. Eat the food closest to you to avoid reaching across the table. Typically, all Ethiopian food is placed on a single communal tray. You may wish to try the doro wa on the other side of the table, but reaching for it is considered rude. To access it, wait until everyone else takes their hands out of the tray, then spin the tray towards you so you can easily reach what you need. If you make a mistake, apologize right away.
Turning the tray feels more rude than just reaching over. It's like, no, give me that. Fuck you. If they turn the tray back, do you turn it back to you? That's so rude. It's so much ruder than just reaching.
Pictured is the same plate as food as before, but this time with a left hand hovering over it, but positioned so that only 4 fingers and very little of the palm is visible. Number 4. Avoid licking your fingers while eating. Licking your fingers is both gross and dangerous. Remind yourself that you often are dealing with communal plates when it comes to Ethiopian food. Putting your hands in your mouth introduces germs into the food that can get everyone else sick. You will get food on your fingers at times, but resist the urge to clean yourself. You could try discreetly wiping your fingers on the strip of injera you tear off.
Mohan Geometry Dash, we're learning how to eat Ethiopian food, it's okay.
Number 5. Take turns reaching into the communal trays. Follow the rhythm set by the other diners so you aren't bumping hands throughout the meal. Limit the tray to no more than 2 hands at a time. If you see 2 people reaching for the tray, stop and wait for them to finish. After beginning the meal, you will quickly begin noticing when people reach for the food. As long as everyone takes turns, accessing the communal tray won't be an issue. Number 6. Let the eldest members at the table eat first. As a show of respect, honor the eldest members of your dining party by allowing them to reach for the food first. After they have taken their turn, everyone else can begin eating. Everyone then continues taking turns until the meal is finished. If you are the oldest member of the party, you may be expected to go first. If any Ethiopians at the table are doing nothing but staring at you, that may be why.
It's a WikiHow, Mohan. We're not learning from a book. The only way to learn is from WikiHow.
Number 7. Pictured is a hand feeding a piece of greens into a woman's mouth. The hand does not belong to the woman. Feed others food as a sign of respect. The way you feed someone else is similar to how you feed yourself. Tear off a strip of injera with your right hand, then wrap it around some meat or curry. Gently place it in the other person's mouth, trying not to touch their face. The larger the food, the stronger the bond between the two people.
That sounds
This
so
tradition
terrible.
is called a gersha. Friends, family members, and partners all practice the gesture to show their affection. Ethiopians usually perform this ritual twice a meal. If someone offers you a gersha, accept it. Otherwise, you will seem like you're denying the bond you have with the other person.
I just don't want other people to feed me. That's so terrible. I'm never eating in Ethiopia. Fuck that.
Part 2. Eating with injera bread. 1. Tear off a strip of the injera. Injera is a type of bread commonly served in large quantities during Ethiopian meals. Grasp the end of the bread with your right hand, then rip off a chunk that is about as large as your palm. Keep in mind that the injera is meant to serve as a utensil. Get a piece big enough to scoop up food, but small enough to fit comfortably in your mouth. If injera is served rolled, unroll it in a little fist so that you can tear off a piece. Touch the food with only your right hand. Injera is very soft, so it isn't too difficult to tear. You may struggle a little at first, but you'll get the hang of it soon enough. Pictured is a right hand holding injera that is wrapping some greens. Scoop up meat, sauce, or vegetables with the injera. Lay the injera over the food on the plate. Take care to keep your fingers out of the food. Then, use your fingers to pinch the ends of the injera together, picking up some of the food. Ethiopian food is often served on a communal plate, so that is why you need to be careful about where you place your fingers. When you use injera correctly, you will keep your hands clean for the most part. Getting food on your hands is normal, even for experienced diners. 3. Squeeze the injera together as you move it to your mouth. Squeezing the injera holds the food in place so it doesn't spill all over you. Set the injera carefully into your mouth. When this is done correctly, both your hands and your shirt stay clean. Avoid putting your fingers in your mouth. Since Ethiopian food is often eaten from a communal plate, touching your mouth is a no-no. 4. Tear and eat the injera exposed underneath the food. Ethiopian food is often served on top of a piece of injera spread in over a plate. Eating this part is acceptable and expected. In fact, if rolled injera isn't served separately, you will need to use this piece to scoop up the food. Avoid reaching underneath the food, but when you see exposed pieces of bread, you can take them and eat them with or without food. For some people, the bottom piece of injera is the best part of the meal. It absorbs all the juices from the food sitting over it.
Hey, would you look
There's
at
so
that?
much article left. Do I have to keep going?
Please. Both these WikiHows have contained information about juices. That's kinda unique.
Kinda romantic.
That too.
I am Mohan. Don't question what the first article we were reading was.
Huh? Oh.
That one's not important.
Yeah, that one's okay. Just watch the VOD.
Part 3. Choosing food. 1. Use beta beta to spice up food.
Better, better,
Is a
better.
chief
Butter,
is a chief
butter,
spice
butter.
blend in Ethiopian cuisine, recognizable by its brick red coloring. That is not brick red. It is made with chili peppers and spices like cinnamon and ginger, but expected to taste hot. Many foods are cooked with berber, but you may also see it as a powder or paste on plates. A spicier version of berber is called mitmita. Mitmita is served with hotter dishes such as kifto and doulet, so read menus carefully before ordering. Berber powder can vary in composition from place to place. Some blends may be less spicy than others. In addition, any food can be made without the spice, so even if you don't like heat, there is something for everyone. Pictured is a small container containing what I assume is Berbera spice.
Chat, I was on that room for 2 hours. 2 hours! And all it took was a couple of wiki hows to get me through it. Oh my fucking god.
Let's go.
Did it. 2 hours, 10 hours playing this level, and 2 of them were that room. Oh my god. I still want to hear about the
Bene
Bene.
playing the same game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll keep reading until you catch up to me.
Right.
You're not far behind.
Fair enough.
2. Eat wat as a spicy stew with injera. Wat or wat is perhaps the best known Ethiopian dish. Wat is often made by combining onions, meat, and berbera. Considered to be a very red, spicy curry. To eat it, you dip a piece of injera in the sauce and use it to pick up some of the meat. Dorawat, Ethiopia's national dish, is like a chicken chili. Sigawat is a beef version of the dish, but you may also see other types of meat used. The most common vegetarian option is shidowat, a slow-cooked chickpea stew. Also look for misirwat, which is made with red lentils.
Mohan, when I first read your name, I was
3.
really hoping it was Ethiopian. I'm not very versed in exotic names, for lack of a better word. And just because we were reading this wiki, how I was really hoping you had, like, experience in the field.
You were just hoping they were Ethiopian by chance?
Yeah. Like, once you started reading it, all the Ethiopians in the world were alerted. And they sent the one of them that plays Geometry Dash to scope it out. Mohan, Geometry Dash, the GD player of Ethiopia. But alas, that's not.
Number 3. Use kitfo if you don't mind eating raw meat. Kifto can be considered as Ethiopia's version of tartar. It is made by mixing raw, minced beef with spiced, clarified butter and meat mita, so expect it to be spicy. The dish is often served with a special type of flatbread called kocho. Kifto may be served with cooked greens called gomen and a mild cottage cheese called ayube. Lebleb means the meat is warm but not cooked. As for your kifto, betlam lebleb if you want the meat cooked. Gore gore is an almost identical dish where the meat is cut into cubes instead of minced. Why do Ethiopians like using the exact same syllable twice to name all of their food?
Yeah, Mohan, this is significantly easier. There's a lot of parts in this level where you do something hard and then easy shit for like 8 years after it. Also, if your friend is Ethiopian, get ready to feed him. You have to feed him twice per meal at least, or else he will not show any affection towards you.
I don't know how to pronounce half of these words. Can you give me a different article?
No, I need to know. Mohan's here, dude.
4. Order tibs for sauteed meat similar to fajitas. Tibs is made by cooking meat or vegetables briefly in a pan coated in fat. The most common version uses beef and may be mixed with cabbage, carrots, potatoes, or other vegetables. In traditional Ethiopian meals, tibs is often a small side dish to be eaten with injera. Tibs is very customizable. You may see vegetarian versions or versions with lamb meat. The dish can be very spicy depending on how much berbera is used. If it looks red, it'll probably be hot. Tibs can also taste very mild if you request it to be made that way. 5. Have firfir or fitfit for a common breakfast food. Fitfit is made from yesterday's shredded injera, usually mixed with berbera and a spicy clarified butter called niter kibesh. The dish tends to taste spicy and tangy. It is one of the rare Ethiopian dishes traditionally eaten with a spoon, although you can always eat it with more injera. Some variations on the dish include scrambled eggs, tomatoes, and onions. Ful is a similar dish, often made with eggs and fava beans. I swear they're just making up new foods. None of those foods are real.
Probably not. What, you haven't
That's the
never
end of the
had
article.
scrambled eggs before? And onions and tomato? Baked?
Alright, give me maybe one more article.
Geometry Dash.
In fact, how to Geometry Dash.
I mean, the level I was on was called Geometry Dash. It only felt natural. I was gonna say Geometry Dash before I thought of how to eat food or something, whatever I said. Which I thought sounded funnier.
Here. Yeah, for that room, I had to use my mouse to consistently do the tiniest clicks ever. Anyways, here are your articles, and the first one doesn't even feel like an article, it feels like an ad. Play Geometry Dash on Android and iPhone, app, gameplay, and download. How to beat hard demons in Geometry Dash. How to beat stereo madness in Geometry Dash. How to understand Euclidean geometry. And how to type a dash.
As much as I want to pick Euclidean geometry, I think we need to figure out how to play Stereo Madness, dude. I just don't know.
Geometry Dash is a game with lots of levels, good characters, parentheses, icon designs, and more. For those of you who are new to Geometry Dash, the game is quite challenging, even on the first level. This article will teach you how to beat the first official one, Stereo Madness. Part 1. First Cube Selection. Sorry, first cube section, not selection. I was like, how can you... There's 4 icons unlocked by default.
And you're gonna
Whatever.
teach how to pick one.
Part 1. First cube section. Number 1. Jump over the first 2 spikes. When you get to the parentheses, or sorry, not parentheses. When you get to the quote-unquote stairs, just jump on all of them. The last one doesn't matter. Number 2. Jump over the first 2 spikes. Once you get to where there are blocks, just jump onto them. Number 3. Watch out for the staircase at about 14%. Just keep jumping. Number 4. Navigate the next section. The part looks a little confusing at first, but you can jump, drop, or just jump 4 times. Then you have to drop under the next platform and jump out of the hole so that you don't smack the wall. Number 5. Find a third staircase, similar to the second one in style. However, for the last block, you have to drop to avoid a spike. Part 2. First ship section. Use the ship. To do this, you tap /press/click to go upwards, and release to go downwards. Going up or down gives you upward/downward momentum. Number 2. Try to aim for the middle. If you can mostly stay in the middle, you are pretty much good to go. teaching them to straight fly from an early age. Number 3. Watch out for this part, where you'll have to drop down a bit. Number 4. Look out for a staircase looking part going upwards. You have to fly up a bit to avoid this one. I like how the images have nothing at all to do with the part they're describing. They're just random parts of Stereo Madness with big red arrow.
You think, based on your description of these images and what they're writing about them, do you think this was written by a GD player as like a meme, or do you think someone actually like picked up the game, just sort of like played through Stereo Madness and practice and like took notes?
I can't tell because there is no author name listed.
It was probably someone memeing them.
Anyways, number 5. Avoid smacking into the wall at the end. Part 2. Second cube section. 1. Jump over a spike. There will be a staircase. If you jump 3 times and drop twice, or jump twice, drop and jump, then you will get a gold coin. Gold coins unlock icons, colors, and even 2 levels. It is clearly outdated. I don't remember what I did. Watch out for a longer staircase next. Jump all the way up, and there will be a downward staircase type section with gaps that you will have to jump over. Number 3. Look out for the red background. Once the background turns red, things get a little trickier. You have to jump twice to get onto a platform. Jump twice, drop, and immediately jump. Number 4. Tackle the 2 spike jump and the following 3 spike jump. The 3 spike jump will require a great deal of precision. Try to jump as late as possible without dying on the spike. Number 5. Jump through the next set of obstacles. There will be a couple of 1 spike jumps, a staircase, a downward staircase, another jump, a place where you can't jump, another pretty easy jump, and another platform staircase. Number 6. Look out for blocks above and below the next area. If you jump on to the top blocks, you will get a gold coin. Be careful, the last one of those blocks, below the gold coin, there is a spike you have to jump over. Otherwise, you can just drop. Number 7. Just jump 3 times through the next section. It may look confusing, but 3 jumps should do the trick. Number 8. Drop twice and look out for another 3 spike jump. Then you'll jump 3 times, drop twice, jump twice, wait a tiny bit, then jump until you get to the /game mode ship flyer portal. Number 9. Enter the final ship zone. There, you go between 2 obstacles, go above 1, go below 1, and go between 3 more. If you want to get the gold coin, you fly straight up right before the second obstacle, and there will be a hidden